Hey everyone, Mr. Caper here, doing something different. I'm going to do a Battle Beast custom. Met a guy, I did a toy show not too long ago, and the guy at the table next to me was selling Battle Beasts. And it was funny because I had just finished making my Battle Beast Rhino, and I asked him if he had one, and he said he did. So by the end of the show, I bought two of the Battle Beast Rhinos. Actually, I bought this one as a beater that I'm going to customize, and I bought a good one that I actually have on display with the sticker and the weapon and everything. But the point is, on his table, he had these two Battle Beasts that had G.I. Joe heads put on them, and he was trying to get rid of them. And I, asked him why, and he said he didn't realize when he got them, they were custom, that he didn't realize that they were cast. It was one piece cast, so they didn't have the articulation, in the arms, and so he was upset by that and was trying to sell them. So I figured, well, I think I can make something like that, so I'm going to try it. I'm going to make a Destro. This video is probably going to end up being two parts. The first part is going to be me trying to get this head onto this Battle Beast, and then the second part will be painting it and any other modifications I want to do. I can say right now that things I'm thinking about is I want to do something to cover up the toes, so that it looks more like a boot, and that'll probably just be a really thin layer of green stuff. And then I want to add the rockets to the wrist, because we all know Destro has rockets on his wrist, so I'm going to figure out how to do that. But this video is really going to be me taking this head off, modifying this to get it on here. Now, if there's a way I can modify this to keep the left-right articulation of the head, I would prefer that. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to, because I don't know what the inside, I don't know how deep these pegs are on these arms, and I don't really want to break it. Let's find out. The main tool for this job, I feel like, is going to be my Dremel, and with any luck I won't cut myself. I know it's gonna happen someday, but hopefully not this time. So Dremel, and see if I can. Off with your head. I have not been able to find my X-Acto, so I'm going to have to make a new one, I feel like. Can't figure out where I went. So I'm going to use my backup. This is a knockoff X-Acto. It's not a super good one, but whatever. It'll cut. See? Told you. Now what I want to do is try to get this as even as I can. I want to be really careful not to cut any of that armor off. Just want a nice surface to work with. So there's my headless Battle Beast. Now I bought these all off of that same guy from the toy show. We actually met and did a swap in a parking lot. Felt very shady, but I was like, this is the best shady ever, because I'm giving you money and you're giving me Battle Beasts. And he gave me a few of them. He sold me. He didn't give them to me. He sold me a few. And this is the one I figured I'd try first. So now, I'm going to start by just nipping these off. And then I'll start drilling into this to see if I can fit that whole ball in, or if I'm going to have to modify the ball. I have a feeling I'm going to have to modify the ball. I don't feel like there's going to be that much space in there to let me do what I want to do. But I could be wrong. I've never done it before. So, who knows? I really need to clean this desk. One of the comments was, somebody else was like, I totally get it. And they're constantly going through the same thing I am, where I start a project or I forget about a project, or yeah, it's just one thing after another. All right, here we go. Looks pretty hollow in there. Let's see how much I can. Yeah, it is hollow in there. Let's see. Oh, look at that. Look at that. Perfect. He keeps his arm articulation and his ball articulation. I can go left and right. It's tough. It's not easy, but I don't plan on doing all that much with it anyway. I plan on making it and then just kind of having it. Wow, okay. That was a lot easier than I expected. That only took 8 minutes. And half of that time I was talking, so probably less than that. Okay, let's keep going. I won't get to the painting in this video, but let's try something I don't use very often. I got some, sorry, the camera's shaking, I didn't mean that. I got some Citadel liquid green stuff. I've only tried it a couple of times. Wasn't very successful with it. I probably won't be successful this time, but that's part of customizing, right? Is learning and trying new things. So I'm going to use a little spatula here. Now they call it liquid, but this, I mean, it could be that it's gone bad since I bought it, because this is definitely not a liquid. But let's see. If I can just kind of smush these on there. Yeah, I don't think this is going to work. I think I'm going to have to use the real green stuff. I think this stuff doesn't just as long. Yeah. So I'm just kind of wetting my fingers to work this. And I have a feeling that for this to work, I'd have to do several layers to really fill in those toes. All right, that's a fail. That's all right. This will work. This is real green stuff. If you don't know what green stuff is, it's green stuff. It's a 2-part epoxy. You cut what you need, and then you just kind of mix it until the yellow and blue make green. It hardens relatively quick, and it's very strong once it's hard. All right, there you go. Look at that. I pulled all the other green stuff off my finger at the same time. Okay, so I'm just going to take a very small amount. I'm going to place it on the toes. If it'll even stick. Looks like it's not going to stick because of this green stuff. But it is getting it off, so there's that. Pick a different piece. Lay it over those toes. I find that it works best. It's easiest to work with if you wet your hands a little and wet your fingers. Oh yeah, that's much better. Much better. So you can see the difference. Toes, no toes. Okay, let's do the other side. Now, for me, my biggest problem is getting things to look the same on one side to the other. I'm getting that. Gosh, sorry. Talking and doing this is not smart. to get them symmetrical is hard when working with this stuff. Oh, I see the problem. So this happens sometimes where one side won't mix very well. Yeah, let's take it off. So there's a little piece of unmixed compound, making it difficult. So let's try again. Oh yeah, that's already better. There's your lesson for this video. If at first you don't succeed, try again. That's my lesson for every video. Now, I can't paint until this is dry. It takes about 24 hours to fully harden. If you try to do anything with it before then, you run the risk of messing it up. Messing up your sculpt, and I don't want to do that. Alright, so there we go. There's the beginning of Destro. Got his head on there. Got rid of the claws. Now I think I may have a 25th Destro arm that I can use for the rockets. Let's see. I may not. So I separate my pieces when I take a figure apart. If I disassemble one, I have a drawer that's just arms and hands. I have a drawer that's chests, torso pieces and waists, and one that's legs and feet. Yeah. And then one for heads. No. Oh, that's a bummer. Ooh, okay, there's one with the grenade. Okay. Come on. Yes, I knew it. All right. Here we go. Now these are kind of big and I don't care. They're going to go on this perfectly. I'm going to very carefully try and cut these off. Perfect. So there's the rockets, which go on this side. A little dot of super glue. Take these rockets and, oh, come on. Work for me. Come on. Son of a... rockets. let's do the same thing with these. Grenades. A little bit of that. Boom. All right. Battle Beast Destro. We maintain the arm movement. We have head movement. Very tight, but it's there. We've got the claws covered. He's got his rocket gauntlet and he's got his grenades there. I'm going to let this dry. Then I'm going to paint it. I'm going to prime. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to prime the body with my Chaos Black primer. I'm going to take the head out. I'm not going to prime the head. What I am going to use on the head, though, is I'm going to use liquid chrome. I'm going to liquid chrome that head. It's already chrome, so I will clean it to make sure it's, you know, the new chrome will stick. We'll go from there. So hopefully tomorrow I'll be able to make the part 2 to this. Either I'll make a part 2 or I'll just splice them together. If you're watching, you know what I did. I don't know yet. Alright, take it easy, everybody. Hey everyone, SG Caper. Gonna do some painting. And figured you might be interested. Alright, so I'm working on that Battle Beast Destro. I think I'm just going to put this onto that video, make them one. But so if you watched the first part, you saw how I drilled it out and everything. And after I did it, I realized I forgot the Destro collar. So I found a 25th Destro that I had lying around and popped the collar off, stuck it on here. So now he's going to have the appropriate collar. I've only got about 30 minutes to get this done because then I got to leave to pick up my daughter. So let's see if I can do this in 30 minutes or less. I'm going to start by doing the neck, the inside here, and the little chest part in flesh tone. And I'm going to use Citadel Layer, Kislev Flesh. I'm using a 00 brush because it was what was there. Let's see how this works. Oh, I should probably turn on some lights because then you'll be able to see what I do a little better, and I'll be able to see what I'm doing. All right. If you are familiar with G.I. Joe, then you're familiar with Destro, the arms dealer for Cobra, the character that thinks Cobra Commander is inept and is in love with the Baroness. In my universe, they end up married and have a child. And okay. Gotta do these little bits in here. Like always when I paint, I'm not super concerned about perfection because this is going to take several steps, including going over this silver chain and doing the red of the collar, things like that. Doing this little medallion here. So if it's not perfect, I'm not going to be too upset. Now, I already used my chrome pen on the head, but I think I'm going to do a second layer. So when I get to that stage, I'll show you on camera how I do it. Cleaning my brush. All right, now I'm going to do some silver, if I can find silver. I did clean my desk a little between videos. I don't know if you can tell, but I did. I'm going to try the Citadel Layer Rune Fang Steel. These silver paints, all the metallic paints by Games Workshop, they have great color and great pigment, but they are a pain to work with. Alright, so for silver, it's these wrist gauntlets. Birds are out in my yard today. Now, if I make a mistake, same thing as before, I can fix it later. So it's not the end of the world. In fact, I can see some areas where my black primer didn't reach. So I'm going to have to touch those areas up. It happens. Alright, so there's one gauntlet. That's pretty good. Let's see if I can get it in here. Let's see. Here we go. Alright, so there's one gauntlet. Let's put that on down, put this one up. Ugh, big mess there. It's alright, I'll fix it. It's good to be painting again. And at the same time, I always dread painting. Mainly because it's the most time-consuming part for me of a custom. Building them is easy, you know, coming up with ideas, putting them together. All that is easy. Actually painting them, that's not easy. There's that. Oh, I just keep looking back at the picture I have of Destro up on my computer so I can make sure I'm doing things right. I think now I'm going to do this little chain. Now I do want to go a little slower. I don't want to go back and forth on this. I just want to get it done. This little pendant will be red. I'm going to do it in silver first. can see some spots where I missed with the flesh tone, so I'm going to have to go in and do those little spots, which is not what I wanted to do, but hey, you don't always get what you want. A very little bit of it on here. My brush is just a little wet to help get that paint off a little easier. All right. Not too shabby. Let's do red. Red sucks. I hate painting red. Red's never fun. I'm gonna go, I think, with what do I want to do? No. I'm gonna use Citadel Base Mephiston Red. Should probably move up to a larger brush. Bird is going crazy out my window. I don't know if the camera's picking it up, but it has not stopped for quite some time. I'm going to have to go back in and touch up some of this silver here. Don't be afraid of having to do touch-ups. Don't think if you don't get it perfect on the first shot that you're somehow bad at it. You're not. It's just what it takes. And anyone who tells you they do it perfect on the first shot is probably a liar. Just looking to make sure I got every part that needed to be read. I feel like I might have. Okay. wish I could say I came up with this idea myself, but I so did not. Like I said in the other part of the video, I was doing a toy show, and the guy next to me was selling Battle Beasts, and he had some custom Battle Beasts. He had a Cobra Commander and a Destro. He was trying to sell them because he was unhappy with them. He bought them, but they didn't have any articulation, and they were resin, hard resins, and you didn't like that. And it gave me, I was like, I think I can do this. So I bought some from him, and here I am, giving it a go. Now, I don't think this will be my go-to customizing format, but it's fun to branch off and do something different every once in a while. Doing the same thing over and over can get kind of stale. So, pretty excited about this. Inside of Destro's collar is red, as you can see. So I am going to take my time . Okay, almost done. I got 16 minutes. Not too bad. Definitely going to have some more touch-ups to do than I was hoping, but that's okay. Let's clean this. I'm going to keep that red because I'm probably going to need it again. I'm going to get some of this silver again. See if there's any spots I need to touch up. On the silver, no, not really. All right. Ooh, belt buckle. The original RAH, Real American Hero Destro, didn't have a black belt buckle, but the 25th version did. And this has the perfect spot to paint to make that belt buckle, so I'm going to do it. Alright, belt buckle. Now, the black, I am going to switch brushes. I'm going to go to a 1 Citadel base Abaddon black. Go around the arms. Hands. Okay. A few places the hammer didn't hit. I want to get those spots. Clearly I didn't wait long enough for the green stuff to cure because my fingerprints were showing up on it. And I mentioned that in the first half that you gotta let it cure, and then I didn't do it. Did not give it long enough. I'm still on the camera. I had this giant pile of parts on my desk, even though I cleaned it before I did this video. Got so many projects I want to do. Okay. Let's move to the head, which I have here. I chromed it, but now I want to do the eyes. I'm going to do black with a green pupil. So I'm going back to the 00, using a little bit of that Abaddon black. Let's get it nice and sharp here. being so shiny, it makes it hard to see if I did it right. But I think I did. Okay. Now I would like the eye to stand out, so I'm going to go with Citadel Color Layer Moot Green, just because it's very bright. Just the tiniest bit on my brush. Here's where it gets a little stressful. I definitely feel like I just missed. Hard to tell. Let's see. I can't tell. I can't tell at all. I think that's better. Maybe. I think I need a little bit of black here. I think that's better. I hope so. All right, I'm gonna do another quick layer of the liquid chrome, just to make sure he's nice and shiny, old chrome dome. Trying to get it to flow out neatly. Seems to be okay. Now this I'm not going to put on yet. You're going to have to wait, because I will mess it up. My fingerprints will get all over this chrome, and I do not want that. to put this to dry off camera, and I'm going to stop there for now. You'll see the final product in the thumbnail, and then I'll try to take a picture, and maybe I'll just, you know, come back on and show it to you when I pop the head on. There. Battle Beast Destro. Alright, everybody, take it easy.